Anyway, we were talking about travel. You're going off to Florida,
yeah,
and you're flying, I believe, the same airline I just flew.
Yeah, it's JetBlue. I like them.
Do a nice job.
They're one of the handful of airlines that actually treat you as mammals should be treated. I flew on an airline that I will not mention because there's a phrase that I'm looking for, an emotional phrase. I hate them.
Oh.
So I won't mention their name. But they announced at the end of the flight, we've arrived in Boston. The local time is 3:15. We know you have a choice of airlines, so we thank you for flying. And then they mentioned the name of their airline. And I just want to stand up, which I can't because I'm in my seatbelt, and say, no, I didn't have a choice. Apparently I had no choice at all because that's the reason I'm on your airline. If I had a choice of any other airline, I would have flown them.
Yeah. Speaking of the announcements that they make, the safety announcements, I read somewhere, I believe it's in New Zealand, that they're experimenting with this idea because people don't pay attention to the announcements. They really don't. I've heard it a million times. And so apparently they are doing the announcements in the nude. There's some kind of a thing, maybe not totally nude, but you'd look up and the flight attendant is wearing next to nothing, and that's gotten the attention of a lot of people.
Yeah, but I probably would not remember to grab a seat cushion. It's not what I would be thinking about grabbing, actually. So no, that would not work for me. I've flown so many times. I tend not to listen, which is not good. We should be. Would be listening, but I think we would pay more attention if they said you must listen because each flight we make one change. We've moved the location of the exit door, so you have to really listen to us to find out. Or there's a trap door. There's a trap door that you need to know about.
Make it a game. Make it interesting.
Well, I was on a flight. If you're in the emergency aisle, you need to, they want to make sure that you can save the lives of all the other passengers and you're not incredibly selfish and will jump out and say, don't care about the rest of you. So they try to have people who can, first of all, manipulate the door. First of all, you're not going to freak out and try to push the door out. You got to pull the little, that emergency window, you got to pull it in. And you got to be strong enough because the door, the window door thing is heavy. And I'm on a flight, and I'm in the emergency aisle, and I'm in the aisle seat where I prefer to sit, and sitting in the window seat next to this door that has to be pulled out is a 92-year-old woman. Now, she's not supposed to be there. And the flight attendant didn't say anything, because they normally come by and say, can you handle the door?
Sure wasn't a federal marshal in disguise.
No, and as I watched this woman, she was having I had to help her lower her tray table. So I thought if the plane goes down, we're goners. Because this woman is just simply not going.
So
she will just barely.
What did you do?
As we crash, she will be lowering her tray table. No, I just prayed that the plane would stay airworthy for the duration because this was just simply not going to work. And I generally also have. I love children. I really love children, except when they're in an airplane.
Oh yeah, I know what you're saying.
I have long held the theory that we should have special planes for them. They're small. They're little tiny planes.
Little balsa planes.
Balsa
wood.
They're it's not a Boeing. It's not a Boeing. It's not an Airbus 320. It's actually made by Fisher Price. It's just a little bit.
How about if you tow them along in the back?
You can. Because I generally have a kid behind me whose mother is not paying attention, and this kid is kicking me for 700 miles.
We had a situation on the way back. It was actually kind of funny. Who was this kid? Two rows back. There was a screaming kid up in front, and the kid had headphones on, and he was explaining to his dad every once in a while about the video game he was playing. But he had headphone-itis. We talked about earlier. So every once in a while, you'd hear, I'll have to back up now, he'd say, hey, that's a really cool move, right? When the king takes the head off of the... And it would like, shut up already, I can hear. He was screaming throughout the plane. But it's the kids and the little kids in the ears popping that, you're a baby, you don't know what the... Why are my ears hurting me?
I still do that. I call the flight attendant and I say, why are my ears hurting me? And can I have some more scotch?
Yeah, yes.
Because that will make my ears hurt less.